Good morning, moms, and happy Wednesday. Today I want to talk to you about habit and what that has to do with your weight loss. In case you don't know me, my name is Rachel and I help moms lose weight, find confidence, and gain energy, all by dealing with our mindset, because a lot of our weight loss and our issues that we have surrounding weight loss and diet and exercise and all that good stuff have to do with the stuff going on in our head. So if you have tried a bajillion different programs and you have tried to lose weight and you tried this program and this weight loss and this diet and this thing and this and that and that and that, and none of it's working for you, probably a lot's going on in your head that you need to get figured out before those programs are actually going to work. So today I want to talk about habit. And it's something that's become kind of an obsession for me lately. I just finished taking a coaching course where we talked a lot about habits and how they get ingrained in us, and it just becomes something we can't break. And I've been posting this week about different habits, kind of getting a feel for what kind of things that you guys have going on. Whether you have a daily habit, whether you smoke, whether you have a habit of needing to eat a little piece of chocolate at the end of your meal. Maybe you have a habit of eating ice cream before bed while watching a little TV. I'm guilty of that one. Maybe you have a habit where every day at 3 o'clock you go to the coffee shop and you go get a really sugary coffee drink along with a muffin or a scone or something like that. Maybe your habit is a good habit. Maybe your habit is that you get up every morning and work out and then you drink your shake after you work out. Or maybe you have a habit on the weekends you sleep in and you go out for a big breakfast with your family. We are creatures of habit and routine, whether we want to believe that or not. Some of you may say, well, no, I'm a fly by the seat of my pants kind of mom. I just kind of do things as they come to me, as I feel like it. The fact is that we crave habit. So one thing that's going on in our house this week is that we decided to homeschool our little girls. And my life has been turned upside down a little bit. And all of my, quote, habits and my routine are like totally revamped. And so I'm trying to change and create some new habits and some new routines. So first thing I want you to do today is think about what your habit is. And I'm going to talk about mine, and then I will just bring up a few other ones. And then I'm going to talk about what I have done in the past to get rid of that habit. I will talk about how it has crept back into my life again, and the things that I'm going to do to try to get rid of it this time. So my habit I mentioned earlier is that I eat ice cream before bed, and it turned into a habit probably around 12 years ago. I had a good friend that used to come over on Thursday nights, and I would put my kids to bed. I think I only had 2 at the time, and my husband would go work on something, and my friend and I would eat ice cream, and we would watch Grey's Anatomy, and that became like my time, mom time at its finest. My friend and I just giggled and chatted and talked about Grey's Anatomy, and we ate this ice cream, and I didn't have to share any of it with my kids. And it kind of started becoming a thing. It was something I looked forward to. It was my alone time. So when things evolved and the friend moved and life got busy and my kids got a little bit older, and so they were no longer going to bed before Grey's Anatomy was over, it turned into something that I started doing at night before I went to bed. I would just have a little bit of ice cream before I went to bed. I would watch Grey's Anatomy reruns is how it started. And it was just that time that I had for myself. And there were times during my day where I'd think about, oh, I cannot wait for my Grey's and ice cream time before bed. And it was because it was the only alone time I got all day long, okay? So I really, really, really look forward to it. And it never really presented like a huge weight loss problem for me. It was something I was like, gosh, if I, didn't do that, I could probably get rid of these extra 5 pounds and I could probably really meet my workout goals. And one of the problems I did run into for me was during the day, I'd find myself like skipping dinner so that I'd have calorie room for ice cream. And I probably wasn't eating the veggies I should because those were calories and I wanted to save them for my ice cream time. And then these ice cream bowls at times would get very, very big. And it just kind of got into something where I was like, I have got to stop doing this, but I absolutely cannot do it because it was a habit. I connected it with get the kids to bed, wash my face, put on my jammies, put the glasses on, get the ice cream, sit in bed and watch TV while I'm eating ice cream. So what it turned into, it was a habit. It was something I did. It wasn't something I did to make myself feel better. I didn't only do it when I was depressed or unhappy. It was something that I did because that's what I did. It was like the thing that I did every night. It was something I looked forward to. It was about, me time and joy. So last January, And I've been having this habit, ladies, for like a long, long, long time. So last January, I started a program, and it was meal plan, really defined meal plan. And I was like, I am doing this. But for me to do it, I had to get rid of the ice cream before bed. So I thought long and hard about this for like a month, and I was like, oh my gosh, am I gonna be able to do it? What should I do? How can I do it? And what I ended up doing was using a substitution. And that's one of my tips for you today, is find a substitution that you can use to replace there's an ambulance behind me while I'm driving down the road here. Find a substitution, something that you can do in place of it. So one of the things that I did was I started drinking a shake before bed. So there was a shake that's kind of a recovery shake that I would drink before bed that would satisfy my need. It gave me my alone time that I needed at night, and it gave me that little bit of delish before bed. It was a vanilla flavored shake. It smelled delicious. It smelled like ice cream, and it totally did the trick. So what I did at night is I put my kids to bed, I'd wash my face, I'd put on my jammies, I'd put on my glasses, and then I'd make my shake. And I would drink my shake as I watched Grey's Anatomy. And ladies, this worked like a charm. All I had to do was break that connection. I had to replace the ice cream with something else. And it worked like magic. And so for 3 months, every day, every night before bed, I would drink my shake, and it worked. And I got amazing results with that program. I rocked it. I saw muscles I didn't know I have. I lost those 5 pounds. Well, then April came, and the weekend that our program was done, it was my birthday, and I quit. I was done with the program, and that weekend I had a lot of ice cream and a lot of brownies and a lot of other stuff. And for the next week, then I was like, all right, I'm taking a break on this meal plan thing, and I went back to eating ice cream before bed. Like that. The habit was back. And when I did a second round of that program, I'd already met the goals. I'd lost the weight, and I was like, yeah, I don't really need to follow that ice cream thing so much anymore. So I'd have ice cream a few nights here and there. Well, by midsummer, it had turned into a nightly thing again. I had gone back to my old habit. And the thing is that the habits that we create, we can break them, but they are going to come back a lot easier once we've had them as habits. And so they will come back easier unless we totally retrain our brain. So what I have been working on the last couple of weeks is using some meditation, some hypnotherapy to really retrain my brain. Not to use a substitution for that change in habit, but to really retrain my brain so that I am not associating alone time with ice cream anymore. And so next week, we're going to do a challenge that's going to be breaking habits. And I want to introduce you to some of these techniques that I've been using and working on to retrain my brain so that I am no longer using the ice cream to be my alone time, that I'm using other things, and that I'm using ways that are more healthy for my body. And I'm recreating my environment, but without the quote ice cream. Am I never going to have ice cream again? Absolutely not. I love ice cream. I'm going to use it in a positive, healthy way instead of as my alone time. So I hope you'll join me next week for this challenge. I want you to bring with you whatever habit it is that you want to break, whether that's something that you eat, whether it's smoking, whether it's binge watching TV every single night before you go to bed, whether it's staying up too late, whether it's drinking excessive amounts of alcohol every weekend, whatever it is, I want you to bring those habits with, and I want you to bring those, and we are going to talk about different techniques that you can use to break those habits. So please comment below if you're going to join us next week. I'd love to get a ton of people on board because that is going to make it even better. And I will be in the group this week with a little bit more information about habits. For now, if you want to get started trying to break that habit, make that list of substitutions that you can use to make to substitute for that habit. So if you're a smoker, maybe you want to substitute a sucker, or maybe you want to substitute a jog, or maybe on Saturday nights, instead of going out with your friends and drinking, maybe you want to substitute, having a sparkling water or something like that, or maybe you don't go out with your friends at all, you do something with your kids. So we want to talk about all those different habits that you can come up with and use, or different substitutes you can come up with in order to break those habits. So I loved chatting about this with you today. I hope this was helpful for you. If it was, and you want to share with your friends, that would be awesome. Share with your friends that we're going to do this challenge next week as well, so you can invite them on into the group so that they can join us for the challenge. And the more the merrier, again, because the more support you have, the better you're going to be at losing that habit that you want to get rid of. So I will see you guys later. Have an awesome day. Bye-bye.